We are back in Cities Skylines 2, where we built two cities on one map here, and we are back in our bigger city of Douglas on the river. And we built this unique brick district, and we're going to go right next to this brick district today and build a bohemian quarter, a artisty neighborhood, if you want to call it like this. And I have some cool ideas and I have some cool assets I grabbed. So let me show you what I did and what I found on the workshop. First of all, of course, we need some roads. I make some windy roads just to make it that little bit interesting. We can build a little bridge right here. Yeah, just to start with some unique road layout. If we want to build a unique district, we can have some unique road layout as well, right? So let's see how we can connect this up. Let's get rid of a bunch of trees so we know and see what we work with today. And this is basically our plan, what we want to do. And then I grabbed this beautiful Pastel Row asset pack right here. I will link it in the description. And this is some beautiful stuff. We have some beautiful, colorful houses. And look at this, I added a ditch behind it. Some people moved in and I brought in a bunch of details, like some trees and some flowers. And I think this looks pretty amazing. And I think we can copy this over to some other parts of this district. So let's just do this. I used the one-way parking road. I think those are pretty cool. I like to see these people parking right in front of their houses, since the Pastel Row Houses back don't come with any parking. I think this makes sense. So let's add a bunch of more of those houses and detail those up just a little bit more. We have 3 different options and we have some different colors, and you of course can recolor them if you want. But I think this is fine. And let's add some details to the edges right here. We can go in with some trees. And I think this already looks so good. Look at the contrast between those two districts, the brick in the background and this new colorful bohemian quarter here, which we built today. So I want to see a good amount of trees and a good amount of colorful flowers. I want to make it as colorful and vibey as I can. We can of course go in and do some cool details like this weird extended sidewalk extension. We can make use of it by adding a little cafe or a little kiosk right here, so we can pretend people stop here grabbing a snack or having a drink, a little neighborhood meeting point or something like this. So this is a nice addition, I think. I like it very much. So people walking here, and yeah, just a little central point of the neighborhood, I think. So let's add some props to it and some last bits and pieces of detail for this little tiny area right here. And for the walls, of course, we want to go colorful. So I want to work with a lot of art, wall art and murals and some graffiti as well. Yeah, this makes a little difference. This just makes this district come together. And this street can function as a little commercial street. So I grabbed a bunch of details. No, not a bunch of details. I grabbed a bunch of decals and of S's, I wanted to say. Yeah, and then I want to add some custom parking lots next to this nice theater building. I added a little fast food joint, which will be the central focal point of this parking lot. A little weird, it's not a focal point, but yeah, it's a little addition to the parking lot, and it's functional. It has access to the road. And then we swap out some surfaces. I want to work with the vibey and colorful brick surface throughout this district, I think, especially here on the commercial street. So we can swap out some surfaces and just make it look bright and interesting. I unfortunately can't recolor the Plaza Theater, so it has to stay gray, but we can of course add some decals and to the walls, I think. Now let's add a little custom parking lot right here. We can add a disabled parking and just some other random parking here and there. And hopefully we will see some people parking right here on this new parking lot. But I think when we add some more business on this road, we will see some people using it. And yeah, if you like what you see, I mean, I don't have to say it. It's YouTube, you know what to do. So go ahead and do it if you like, if you feel so. Thank you so much, guys. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Yeah, it's not connected yet, but we have our beautiful, incredible, invisible roads, which we can use to connect those parking lots up. And then people can absolutely use it. And I like it. Oh, the last one is not functioning. Now it is. Nice. And next to it, we have some nice, beautiful arty vibe bohemian buildings, colorful. We added those. It's a art club and a nice bar, I think. And yeah, we can just go through and find some of those buildings which just fit the vibe of our district. I want to make it walkable as well and just add a bunch of details in terms of surfaces. And of course, we have also some areas which are not that well maintained. For example, this back area, we can add some shrubbery, some, I don't know, some abandoned cars and maybe some homeless guys and some tents as well. Yeah, just the back of this building here next to this main road. Because we have a little homeless problem in the city. If you follow along the series, you know what I'm talking about. So we can continue this vibe right here next to this bar, on the back of this bar. I want to add some bollards and had the idea to use the colorful mooring bollards just to change it up a little bit, and I think they look pretty amazing, look pretty unique, and just fits again the vibe. So we just then go in and try to fill in this little space next to this parking lot with some Dutch row houses. Because they're pretty small, they're technically only props, so we have to add some block services into it so people can live in those houses. And since we go colorful, we can change up the colors a little bit, make them unique and bright and interesting. And on the other side, you can see this is a mall, a little shopping mall. It's a signature building, and we can detail this place up. We can detail it up heavily, I think. First of all, let's add some fences. Let's add something here in the back of this building. A little rundown garden with a big tree is all right. And then I want to extend this brick surface all over the road, all over the sidewalks as well. So we have a little unique sidewalk, we have a little unique side street right here. And it's a little fiddly, but in the end it works out. I think it looks interesting. And let's hide some crimes again with the bushes. Use the mooring bollards again. And then I want to use my Trippy's Chino decal pack, which by the way you can grab on PDX mods. If you want, I can link in the description. And I want to build a nice Trippy's Chino cafe right here, attached to this mall with the nice outside seating area. We can use Sully's sitting props, so we have some people actually sitting here using our cafe. Let's bring in some parasols, make them a little, I don't know, pinkish, so it fits the mall a little bit better. And then we go in again with some bollards. Maybe a little sculpture. This rooster is all right because I can. Let's add some invisible walking paths so people hopefully will walk in this area a little bit more. Add some more details of my Trippy's Chino pack, and there we go. It's a little detailed side street I very much love. And I want to add a focal point to this district. I want to add a church, and I think this church I found on the PDX mods page is amazing. Not too big, it's not too small. It stands out a little bit, and it will bring in some tourists to this area. I think this would make sense to have some tourists right here. So we added this church, and on the outskirts of our district I want to go in and add a little bit of some low residential houses. I go with different styles this time just to make this low residential area look more colorful, more interesting. So we just can swap out the low residential styles a little bit, and then we wait and let it grow until everyone is moved in. And by the way, if you want to support me, you can become a channel member for only 99 cents a month, and you will get safe game access and much more. Check it out if you want. Thank you so much, guys. And of course, we need a little elementary school since so many people are moving into our new district. I grabbed this Eastern European school, and I think we can make it work, that it fits the vibe as well. I want to add another custom parking lot. You know I love my custom parking lots. and swap with the surfaces. We can add some children here on the yard of the school building, add some trees to it, and then I think this is fine. We of course need to add some custom parking lots again, connect everything up so the teachers can park their car right here and walk to their classrooms, I guess. And for this area right here, we can go a little bit more dense, add some apartment buildings or some row houses. I'm not sure. I think it's an apartment building, and the lower floor has some little gardens in the back. And we can use this space for another parking. Maybe it's the resident parking for the people from those new apartment houses, I think. Yeah. So some more custom parking today. That's fine, I think. By the way, I have a Discord server as well. If you want to join me, if you want to have a chat with me and share some Cities Skylines screenshots or some other stuff, feel free to join. All the links are in the video description. Now let's give this parking lot and this building some love, and then we can see what we can do to detail up those little gardens here in the back of these buildings. We can use some different grass textures just to make it again a little bit more interesting. And then we go through, add some trees, add some props. And I really like the vibe with those parking roads, and I really like to see so many people moving into this district. It's coming together pretty good. I'm very happy how it turns out already. But we're not done yet, no. I think, yeah, now remember, those are the mixed buildings. So we have some restaurants and some stores here on the lower floor. So I think it is cool to add again some tables here, some outside seating, leave some space for the entrance to the building. And then we can also add some trees and some bollards. And I think this place comes pretty much nice together. Maybe we can add a bus stop in front of it later on, because I want to add a bus lane which goes through the district as well. So we will maybe see even more people using this space. I really want this space to be bustling and busy all the time. On the outside of the road next to the school, we can maybe add a little football or soccer field, whatever you want to call it. It makes sense next to the school, could belong to the school maybe. And now let's add a little bus line coming from the airport, going through the brick district, which we built some episodes ago, and going to our new Bohemian art district and back. So a nice little loop, and the bus is heading out. And later on, no worries, we'll take a little bus tour before the end of this video. I then add a little pedestrian underground or underpass right here, just to make it more comfortable for the low residential residents to get to the center of our neighborhood. And then we continue a little bit in another angle with our pastel homes right here. So I thought this angle just makes it a little more interesting and unique. I added a little parking lot. We can recolor it, make it look more bright. And then I want to build a huge park behind the pastel house, behind the parking lot, connect everything up through a huge park. I want to add some ponds, and I want to add some pathways. We can first draw them with the surface tool, and then we can go in and add some invisible paths on top of those mud surfaces right here. And then we can add some grass, some trees, some benches, some lanterns, and then we have a nice functional park. And throughout the buildings, we can maybe add some more ditches. We can extend our ditch network, which we have going on through the whole city. It poked through here and there, and I really love the ditch pack. So yeah, this is just a nice addition to fill in some spaces. And another space filler are some flowers right here. And again, we can add some wall art onto this building. This wall screams for some wall art and some imperfections as well, I think. So this is maybe a nice idea. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy how this turned out. Now let's continue with some detailing in the backyards of those Pastel homes right here. A nice fence, some new surfaces and some trees, and then we're good to go, I think. And look at this, yet I found another corner to detail up. We can build a cheeky garage next to this building, use the same color as we have on the building, and then add some invisible parking spots so people can park in front of this garage. And this is just another little piece of detail. I love to add those little pieces of detail, especially in this quarter. I think this is already the favorite district of my whole city. So I would maybe move in right here in our Bohemian district. Do you have a name for this, by the way? I mean, it's part of a district technically, but I would love to hear your name ideas, especially for this colorful, unique Bohemian quarter right here. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, and this is another unique commercial building I want to detail up. I was thinking about this for a while, never placed it, and I think this is a nice place for it. So another outside cafe right here. Not a Chirpies Chino, but that's alright. And some sculptures and fountains here and there. And I think this come together pretty quick. We used the same brick surface as we used before. And I added a little warehouse on the other side of this main road. And now I can add a little Taco Bell and another low commercial building right here just to fill in this space. And I think we are coming towards the end of our new district. I added some more low residential buildings off camera, so we have a bunch of people now living here. Let's add some more imperfections and add some more trees, and then we will take a little bus ride from the airport through the brick district to our new Bohemian district. So we are on the road heading from the airport towards our city. You can see the downtown in the background, and then you can see our brick apartment buildings. So we're turning right into our new district. We are now on Strawberry Street, and we are now in the brick district. There's the brick hospital, the community hospital. We're taking this side road with the bus, and then I think we are passing the row houses, the brick row houses, and heading right into our new district. There we go. It's getting colorful. We're on the main street of our new Bohemian district. We are on Hemlock Street. Interesting. This is a new addition to the first-person camera mod, I think. I like this. You can see these stations. This is cool. Now, let's take a quick tour through the district. I think it looks pretty cool from this angle as well. So now we're here in our industry. This is our train maintenance building, where I added the warehouse on the other side of the road, and looks like nobody's getting off or on the bus, so we can just continue and going back to our Bohemian district. So we're going this way. There's our park with our pond. Looks pretty good. And just wait a little and take a right turn, I think. Oh, there's a palm tree. We need to get rid of the palm tree. We don't have palm trees right here. I need to remember this. Now, enjoy the rest of the ride and enjoy the cinematics at the end. I'm Chaos Fun, and I hope I see you back here in the next episode of Chaos Hills. Have a good one. Bye bye.